Does anyone notice pro-lifers don't mind committing sins against Facebook neighbors, but they are afraid of sinning against a zygote? These Christians love anything in a uterus, but breathing human beings are hated for having a different point of view. I guess these Christians didn't mind lying about Lilith Page. They reported the Virgin Mary should have aborted as violent. Even if you are a pro-lifer, this in itself should have been offensive, because this is an obvious crock of shit. Lilith's joke did not threaten anybody. Jesus Christ died 2,000 years ago. There is no way in hell Jesus Christ could have been aborted. And I am very skeptical that anyone is looking down from the sky, shivering because of Lilith Page. There really wasn't any blasphemy button on Facebook, so these Christians just made up a big fat lie about Lilith Page. These Christians committed two sins. They broke the golden rule, and they lied about their neighbor too. If these pro-lifers that trolled Lilith Page were real Christians, they would have been peaceful and civil. Isn't that the way that a Christian wants to represent his or her God? I'm not a Christian, but if you claim to be Christ-like, it's kind of an insult to your Savior to act like a 10-year-old brat that makes up accusations about a classmate to the teacher. We've all met that douchebag, and nobody likes him or her. If I were a Christian, I would consider that far more blasphemous. You should have spoken to some of these Christians. They talked as though having a debate was the same as being nailed on the cross. Romans actually beheaded early Christians. I don't think martyrdom is having a discussion with an atheist. These Christians abused the word persecution to create a drama. They made a mockery out of their own religion. They represented Christianity without any brains whatsoever and acted like complete assholes while they did it. They were willing to criticize, take down somebody's page that was only trying to make people laugh. And when they were called out, they started a woe is me, pass the hanky, I'm carrying the weight of the cross trip. After a Christian's idol is beaten, had vinegar poured in his wounds, and carried a piece of wood to his place of demise, one would think they wouldn't feel sorry for their own selves over a peaceful disagreement. Woe is me! Somebody hasn't been convinced of my point of view. Boy, I feel like Jesus. I think Jesus Christ would have loved to feel like those people debating against an atheist, rather than, yes, facing the punishment of a Roman. Pontius Pilate wasn't an atheist. He was a theist. He was a theist in the extreme. A polytheist. That means that Pontius Pilate had many gods. I can't even think of an episode of atheists murdering mass amounts of people for being Christians. Why would an atheist persecute a Christian? Atheists have no stake whatsoever in harming religious people. Rival religions have motivations to harm Christians. They want their religion to be more, popular than Christianity. But Christians have nothing to fear from somebody who doesn't even believe in a God. Here's a universal truth. Nobody listens to a whiner. Especially a whiner who fucks with people. Who really wants to convey a message that I am an immature child? That was the message really being conveyed. I don't believe that 70% of these fucking Christians in this country want peace and love. They don't seem to want to represent the forgiveness of the Bible. The majority of Christians want to feel self-righteous. And who gives a fuck if you want to feel morally superior to somebody else? I don't really want to go to church right now and waste my time with people who report jokes on Facebook because they are petty. Not only is Christianity a crock of shit, but cool Christians are actually in the minority. There are a few, but they are in the minority. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of drama queens. And I certainly don't want to hang out with anyone who loves sperm and hates people who evolved from it. I imagine these pro-lifers crying over a used Kleenex and thinking Muslims deserve to die at the hands of our leaders. Once somebody develops a conscious mind, they are shit to these fundamentalist Christians. Yes, if you are able to suffer, the world is indifferent to your pain. Anyone who has to make the medical decision between dying and getting an abortion should sacrifice their life. Because if a woman knows, I'm gonna die, the suffering they must endure doesn't really fucking matter. It's like a 2-for-1 deal, The child is going to be born dead, and take an aware adult with it. Boy, that's pro-life. pro-unawareness is more like it. It's ironic these Christians would despise awareness, huh?